Hey everybody, welcome to. I'm really happy that you're here. This week we will be practicing and focusing on some yogic terminology and some vocabulary. So I'm going to share my screen and to bring your attention to this. And so here we go into some of the vocabulary that's really important for yoga as you learn the different practices. And so we have this beautiful symbol of Om over the, an unfettered landscape of the ocean or of a body of water. And so Om allows us to takes us from the finite to the infinite, just in our body and our mind. So I'd like for you all to go through this and read this information. This will be important for when we have our final. And so different terminology that you have probably heard me already using, such thing as asana and bandhas, which we worked on a little bit last week, or subtle energy centers that allow us to contract the energy and release it so that the prana will flow more smoothly. There are also things such as what are called chakras along the spine, 7 of them in classical yogic anatomy. And then the word dhyana is the word for meditation. We will focus on dhyana towards the end of our session together. There's another word of what's called drishti, and drishti is the place in which we direct our eyes when we practice. And we can have an inward focus of the eyes, and we can have an outward focus of the eyes. So they can be anywhere around. It can be on our thumbs, in the space between our toes. So it's a practice that helps us still the mind and direct the gaze towards a one-pointed focus. Oftentimes, the eyes are looking around a lot, and this is a reflection of the state of the mind. And then the next term is Hatha. And this represents the merging of the sun and the moon, the polar opposites that represent heat and effort, and then the moon represents coolness and surrender and reflection. And so in our practice of Hatha Yoga, you may notice that we do practices that build heat, and then we also do practices that are also cooling and more stilling. Also, Hatha, it refers to the practice of the physical yoga postures as well. So it has a few meanings. Then there's the term Kundalini, and this is the energy that is part of the spinal energy. And we are trying to activate it and awaken the prana shakti known as Kundalini, the energy that runs up the spine. And then the next term is mudra, and you're gonna, you'll read through this a little more carefully. But mudra are the positions of the hands in yoga practice that's connected to actual classical Indian dance, and they convey different moods and meanings through the form. So we've been practicing the Jnana mudra, and we've practiced Anjali mudra. We've also practiced Garuda mudra. So different hand positions that keep us staying connected to the practice, engage the hands in the conductivity of our prana or our energy. The next term is called nadi, and this is a term that refers to the energy channels. And in Hatha Yoga, there are many. They say that there are 72,000, which is a rough number. In yoga practice, we primarily focus on 3 of these nadis. Nadi in Sanskrit actually means river, and it's referring to rivers of energy or channels of energy. And we have a river of energy or channel of energy that runs through the left nostril, and this is known as Ida Nadi. We have one that runs through the right nostril, and that is referred to as Pingala Nadi. And today we're going to do some practices with the breath where we will work with these nostril channels or these nadi channels. And then there's the main nadi that runs up the central spinal plexuses, and it runs along the channel of the spine. And we're constantly working with that. The Kundalini energy is running through the nadi of the central energy channel. Okay, the next term is namaste, and I welcome everybody, each class with namaste. And this is a greeting. This is this is done with the Anjali Mudra. And it's a term that recognizes the divine light in you and in me as well. So that by saying that, I'm saying that the light in me bows to the divine light in you. And it is a greeting, actually. It's a way to recognize with reverence each other. And then we have Om, of course, and this is something that we're chanting regularly. And this is recognizes the divine sound of the universe. Another important term is called prana, and this is the recognition of the vital life force energy that brings all things to life. And in yoga practice, we are trying to upgrade this energy field. We're trying to improve our prana because sometimes our prana can get very dull, static. We can have a low pranic value due to all sorts of lifestyle choices that we have, due to all sorts of situations we may find ourselves in that maybe are not choices, but they are still affecting us. And so we are trying in yoga practice to augment and change our pranic force field. And that's why pranayama is the next term, and it's related to prana. These are the yoga breathing practices that actually control our vital life force energy in the form of the breath. Prana is not limited to only the breath, but it's the way that we can, in yoga practice, that we spend a lot of energy working with the breath in order to shift our prana. And we do it through control, restriction, also lengthening, energizing, and extending the breath. And then the next term, the last four terms we have here, we have Sanskrit, which is one of the languages of India, and it's a language that is a very formed language, and it's a vibrational language. So it's considered a sacred language because of the vibration that it brings. And so from the vibration and through the chanting, Sanskrit is most often referred to in yoga practice. There's also, of course, vocabulary words are Sanskrit. This connects us to a practice that is vibrational and has a specific effect on our brain and our nervous system. And there are many studies that are done these days around Sanskrit chanting and uttering of Sanskrit sounds and its effect on the nervous system. And so the next term is called Sushumna, and this is that last or most important nadi or energy channel. And it's the energy body's primary pathway for the life force. And the chakras line up along this channel, and it runs from the base of the spine all the way to the top of the head on a similar pathway of the spine. Okay, two more terms. Ujjayi breathing, victorious breathing, which we'll practice today as well, is a very popular breath in yoga asana practice, and we will be practicing this. It's known as victorious breath. It's a heating breath. It's also a breath that brings a stillness of the mind. And so thus it brings victory. And it's created by toning the epiglottis to intentionally create a sound at the back of your throat. It sounds like a whispered ha sound. And there's a tightening of the throat on the inhale and then tightening on the throat, the exhale. We can do it on the inhale only until we get proficient at it. And then yoga. What is yoga? Yoga, the word itself is a Sanskrit word, and it's entered our vernacular, of course. It's not an English word. It's not a European word in the sense it's not a French word. It's not a Spanish word. And its definition is rooted in what's called yuj, and it's this idea of tying something together or bringing it into a union. And so in this case, there are many ways we're trying to yoke or become union with the universal consciousness and our individual consciousness. Another way to express it is to say that we are drawing together the mind, the body, and the heart into sort of a cohesive dialogue. Oftentimes the heart and the mind are at odds with each other, right? The mind is telling us to do one thing and the heart really is feeling something else. So when we're in a state of yoga, we are bringing these in union. They are in together. They are synchronized. Okay. And then just quickly, the 7 principles of yoga that are mentioned is that yoga helps the principle of release or relaxation. By contrast, we are also contracting many of our muscles in our body because we will eventually release them, and through that there is a relaxing state. Another principle is this idea of mental detachment. Detachment doesn't mean that you don't care. It means that you have the ability to see something objectively, to process it and observe it without engaging in sort of a one-sided stance. So mental detachment is known as a principle of yoga because it allows a sense of freedom of the mind. Another principle that we're working with is the integration of breathing into the postures. And you may have already started noticing that this can be challenging when we are in our postures. Oftentimes we're working in our postures from willpower or from the intellect. And when we're practicing yoga, when we can bring the integration of the breathing in the postures, it becomes a very different practice. It becomes almost like a meditation in movement. And this is a very important part of or principle of yoga. Also, the 4th is this intention or purpose. So that's why we set this past week some of the goals that we have for the practice, why we're taking the course. But this idea of having intention or purpose behind the practice. Also, number 5 is anchoring or rooting. And so finding a sense of stability in our practice, whether it's through the breath, whether it's through the asana practices, or whether it's through the philosophy. There is this idea of finding a refuge or an anchoring into each of the actions that we're doing. And then number 6 is this idea of elongation or expansion that comes from stretching, right? Also lengthening our breath and expanding the physical body as well as the mental body. And then, of course, last but not least, is this idea of connection, both physical and connecting to the body, mind, spirit connection. So with the 3 bodies, the physical body, the mental, emotional body, and we would call the spiritual body, even though it's not in a physical sense, physical place, but that again, these are all in harmony and synchronized. Let's come to a comfortable seated position, everybody. And make sure you have all your equipment. We've got a strap, blocks, blanket if you have that. Your water, if you need that. Some hydration. All right, so we're going to begin in a mudra. And so now maybe you have a little clearer idea of the meanings. I like to first just have us practice things, and then you move into the sensations of the practice, and then we go into a little bit more of the sort of clinical definitions. All right, so let's bring the hands into the Anjali Mudra. Come to a nice straight spine and settle into your body. Let your chin drop down just a little bit and rock back on your sit bones slightly so that you're in the middle of the sit bones. Notice if you're leaning forward or back, and just try to find balance on the central channel. Try to find balance on the Sushumna Nadi, this central channel. And then as you close your eyes, if you're closing your eyes, just gaze downward toward your heart center and feel the connection to the heart. And the heart can be your physical heart, or you can be the emotional heart. And one way to visualize the heart is that there's a flame the size of your thumb burning in the center of your chest, in your subtle body, resting quiet. And this is the connection to your even more deeply subtle body, the spiritual body, or what is known as the causal body. Karana Sharira. So we're going to connect to Pranava, which is another name for the Om. So let's connect to this sort of cosmic symbol, this eternal consciousness, bringing us into a fast spaciousness to allow our mind to release and uncrumple and let our breath connect to our voice. Let's inhale through the nostrils, and both nostrils, the left and the right nostrils, the left and the right nadi. And exhale through your mouth, let it go. And now let's begin chanting Om. Inhale. Good, just drop your forehead down again now to your heart. And I will chant in Sanskrit, this sacred language of yoga, the teacher-student mantra. So just receive it, and lest you know it now, since it was in the first module, and repeat it with me. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanao Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. All right, let's inhale and then exhale. May we be protected, may we be nourished, may we find strength, and may we never have animosity towards one another. Peace, peace, and peace. Let's rub the palms together. Let's begin to transition from the opening practice. Good, and bring your hands over your eyes. So just rest your palms securely on your eyes and inhale here. And then exhale all the way out. And place your gaze on your palms and use that as a drishti. So the drishti here is that focusing of the eyes on a surface to bring you into the present moment and to increase your focus. But do it without hardening the gaze and keep everything spacious and soft. Good. And notice when you're able to still the gaze and observe it, observe the object of your gaze, your mind can be still. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and release the hands down. And now, before we practice the breathing, we're going to do a little bit of movement to get our bodies kind of awake and also, comfortable. So let's go ahead and come off of the hands, come off of the support. Let's come onto our hands and knees. Let's come into a child pose first, stretch back. So often child pose represents, birth, youth, right? So here we're at the beginning of our practice today, stretching and lengthening. Good, and from there, let's look up and let's walk the hands over to the right. Let's come to a nice lateral stretch. And then come back to center and walk yourself over to the other side. Good. Come back to center again, and everybody come up and just walk your knees in and cross your legs again. Come to the other side. And we're going to reach the arms up here. Inhale. And then exhale. Let's lean to the right. And lengthen through, again, coming to that lateral stretch. We did it in the child pose. Now we're doing it in Sukhasana pose. Good. And then inhale, let's come up. And as you do that, squeeze your belly and let's go the other side. And turn on your waist, turn on your trunk. And let's come up again. Inhale and go the other side again. Exhale. Turn and lift. Good. And then again. Keep your lower back comfortable. And let's come up. Two more sides. Good. And then reach to the left. And come up again. Reach the arms up. Good. Inhale, exhale. Let's twist to the right. And then twist to the left. And then twist to the right again. Complete the twist. Let your head look all the way over the opposite shoulder. Over the shoulder that you're twisting towards. And then exhale, release again. Keep the spine lifted. Good. Two more sides. To the right. Lift up the back. And then exhale, other side. Good. Let's release. Let's switch the cross of the legs again. Switch that up. And then now bring your hands to your fingertips towards your shoulders. And we're just going to start to move the shoulders, kind of like you're swimming. And bring the elbows to the middle of the body. So right up the Sushumna Nadi, right close to that center channel. And again, sort of twisting and lengthening. So now this action is combining those two first postures that we just did. Bringing suppleness to the shoulders, opening the passageways, the breathing passageways. Good, let's go the other way. Reach. Now we're going to go into like a backstroke. Bring the elbows close to that center channel. So squeeze it in and then back. Good. Keep those elbows lifted, spine lifted. Good. Now come back to center and let's go forward now, double elbows. And then this time, coil your spine and arch it. Coil, spine, arch. Concave, come back. Good. Go the other way. Inhale, reach up. And again, elbows come to the center towards the Sushumna Nadi. Good. One more. Good. And then just shake out your shoulders and your wrists. Good. Let's uncross the legs again. Let's come onto the hands and knees. Spread your fingers. And let's open the spine. Keep your hips and knees in the same line. Let's lift the tailbone and stretch the whole front of the chest. Good. And then exhale. Now stretch your back. Bring the chin to your throat. And then inhale. Stretch your chest, the belly. Pressurize the hands down, look up. Exhale, go the other way. And one more. Come into the cow pose. and then a cat. Good, now sit back on your heels. Let's interlace the fingers, turn your palms to the ceiling, reach up. And then exhale, wind down through the Sushumna Nadi, come down through the center channel. Good, then switch the cross of the fingers, inhale, reach up. And then exhale again, wind down through your center channel. Good, and just flick out your wrists. Let's curl the toes, come forward, curl the toes, let's sit on the heels, and then move the hips back, coming into a squat position, but do it in action. So bring the knees forward and back, knees forward, and then widen knees and stretch down. Again, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, come on the hands and knees again, everyone. Stretch your right leg back. Good, and come into a cat-cow with the right leg extended. Just 3 of them. Good, now neutralize, lift the right leg up now. Now we're going to go in a little bit of strength. Place the right hand down, we're going to reach the left arm. Let's come into spinal balancing. Good, now from here, we're going to bring the right knee, the left elbow into the belly, squeeze it, and then reach out. Okay, bring it again. Inhale for 2. And out. 3. And out. 4. Reach out. And then 1 more. Squeeze, hold. And reach out and hold. Place the left hand down. Now slide your left ankle wide. Put the right foot down. Come into supported side plank. Yeah, reach the right arm up. Look up. Yeah, good. And move your left ankle towards the left side of the mat. That'll help balance. And then now maybe lift the right leg up. Press through the foot. Good. Release the right leg down. Reach the right arm over the right ear. And then again, lengthen through the whole right side of the body. Press the palm flat. Try not to have the hand resting only on the wrist. Press the whole palm down so you support the wrist. Good. Release the right arm up and turn all the way down. Bend the right knee. Stretch the left leg back now. Come into cat-cow with the left leg extended. Look up and down and in. 1, 2, and 3. Good. Now stabilize your spine. Lift the left leg up. And then we're going to balance on that left hand. Reach the right arm forward. Lift your navel. And then inhale, squeeze the right elbow, left knee in to the midline, and exhale, extend for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then 5. Good, reach out. And then release the right hand down. Slide the right ankle to the side. Rest your left foot in line with the right wrist. Reach the left arm up. So coming into the supported plank position. Look up maybe, and then gently reach the left leg up. Working to strengthen the right hip. Lengthen the lower back. And stretch the leg. It doesn't matter how high it comes up. It can be right up off the ground. That's okay too. And then release the left foot down and reach the left arm over the left ear. And reach the left arm up again and slowly windmill down. Good. Bring the hips to the heels. Then let's release the wrist again. Interlace the fingers, turn your palms up. And then exhale, come down to the midline, through the Sushumna Nadi. And then switch, inhale, reach up. And exhale, let's go ahead and come down. Good, and flick your wrist. Stay in the position. Let's practice Kapalabhati now. So bring the hands to the lower belly. Interlace the fingers. Good, so we're going to do rapid inhale, rapid exhale, and pumping of the belly. To practice this, to bring luminosity and cleanliness to the mind, to the breathing in the face, and to the skin. Okay, good. Inhale. Exhale all the way out. And we're going to inhale through the nose and begin pumping the belly. Begin now. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now release the abdomen. Let's inhale. And slowly exhale. Good, so let's go ahead and just break it down for a second. Because in that breath practice, you really want to have your abdomen moving a lot. So if your belly is stagnant, then the practice is probably not happening. So I'm going to turn to my side. And the best thing to do is to pretend that you have a cold. And if you have a cold and you have a lot of mucus, you need to blow your nose. So place your left hand onto the belly, and place your right hand on your nose like you're going to blow your nose. And then inhale. And then imagine that this is a Kleenex. And exhale into your nose. So keeping the left hand on the abdomen. So you're going to feel that action of moving the belly in. Yeah, so Jared, put your hand on your belly. Yeah, and then blow. And allow the belly to move in. Yeah, that's better. Through the nose, a quick, rapid pushing of the mucus out. And you may notice that maybe you have a cold now. You may notice that you need a tissue or something like that because you're pushing out the air through the nose. Okay. So let's try another round. This time, let's place the hands only on the belly. And we're going to try to practice it where we're practicing the hands are on the belly and we're pushing the belly in on the exhale. And right away, the inhale comes almost without thinking about it. And you push your belly in on the exhale again. And if you have pain in the legs, you can just sit quietly with the legs crossed. Okay, bring the hands to the belly. Hold the belly and then inhale, exhale, push the belly in one rapid moment. Push it in. Good, again, inhale. And exhale. Push the belly in. Let the hands push in. Use the hands to push in. Yeah, again, inhale. And let your hands push your belly in. Push in. Yes, that's it. Again, inhale. And push the hands in. Exhale. With the exhale. Again, inhale. Push the belly in and exhale. Okay, good. All right, now we're going to do it a little bit more rapidly. If it's too fast for you, that's fine. You just go slower. Keeping the hands on the belly, let's do another round of about 36 to 46 breaths. Inhale and begin. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now inhale. And exhale all the way out, release the hands. Good. Now we're going to release the legs, and we are going to cross the legs now if you're not in that position. Now we're going to take our right hand, and we're going to use the right hand to close the right nostril. So take your right thumb and just close your right nostril. Okay, so my thumb is going to close my right nostril. The nostril on the nose. On the nose, yeah, exactly. So close the nostril just where the bony part of the nose and the nostril begins. And just close the nostril. Good. And then if you feel congestion, let's check it out. So inhale through the left nostril. Bring your breath all the way up like you would a normal breath, and then exhale through the left nostril. So if you felt congested, that's okay. You can open the nostril with the other hand by either lifting the cheek or just grabbing hold of the nostril and opening it up. Okay, let's go ahead and try one more time. Breathing, close the right nostril. If it's congested and you're breathing through the left, open it up with the other hand. Good, and you can inhale through the left nostril. So this is the nadi of Ida, the moon nadi, or the left nostril. And then exhale all the way out. Good, so use the abdomen to bring the breath out. Good, one more time, try that again. Inhale, stretch your abdomen on the inhale. And then exhale, push your belly in, and exhale, pushing the breath out of the left nostril. Good, and now just release the right hand down, and now breathe through both nostrils and inhale. So now you're using both nadis, exhale. Good, now we're going to close the left nostril. You're going to use the same hand, but you're just going to use your ring and your pinky finger, right? And you're going to put the ring finger on the left nostril. It can be your ring or your pinky. I like to use the ring, a little stronger. Good. And now inhale through your right nostril. Let's check it out and see if it's congested. And exhale through your right. Now in this case, if your right nostril is congested, you use your right thumb and you can open the cheek or that nostril. Okay, let's inhale through the right nostril again. Exhale to the right. Good. And then again, inhale through your right nostril. So I'm using my right hand. And then exhale through my right. Good. Let's release that hand down. And now massage with your middle fingers the point where your nostril meets your face. And just massage there. Push into your face. Massage the face right where it connects to the nostrils, and then you can massage the nostril a little bit too. These are two little points in the face. Good. Massage clockwise, counterclockwise. And now release, and then inhale through both nostrils now. Inhale. And notice if you feel more fluidity. Exhale. So we're just inhaling through the nose and we're exhaling through the nose too. So try to focus just on the nasal breath. So inhale again through the nostrils. Keeping the mouth closed, exhale through the nostrils. And now one more time, inhale. And exhale. Good. So we're going to try that one more time. We're going to do that exercise one more time so that we become comfortable digitizing with the hand and working with the nostril. So we're going to, on the left hand, now we're going to come to the mudra of jnana. So we're going to join the thumb and the index finger together. And we're going to turn the palm up and place it just on the left leg somehow, on that left thigh. Now the right hand is, now we're going to close it, and we're going to just put the thumb up, and we're going to close the right nostril with the thumb. Good. Now inhale through your left nostril. And now exhale through your left nostril. Good. Inhale again. Exhale through your left. Belly comes in, also chest. Good, everybody. Inhale through your left. Bring the breath high up into the nose and exhale all the way out. Good, now just release the hand down and let's inhale through both nostrils. And you may notice that actually pushing on the right nostril makes it clear, that nostril clear. And that's because it's like a massage. You know, sometimes when you get a massage, your muscles relax. Similar, we're massaging that right nostril and it may open up a little bit. Okay, one more breath through both nostrils. And exhale. Good, now we're going to close the left nostril, which is connected to the moon. The right nostril is connected to the sun. Hatha yoga, right? Hatha. So let's close the left nostril with that ring finger of the right hand. And you can use both fingers if you like. Now we're going to bring the two middle fingers down so they're not in the way. Okay, and now we're going to just breathe through the right nostril. Good. Inhale through your right nostril. Exhale through your right. Bring all of your knowledge of how to breathe through the nostril in this action. So inhale through your right nostril. Exhale through your right. Good, one more. Inhale through your right nostril. Exhale all the way out through your right. Finish the breath, let the belly move in. Good, now release the right hand down. Turn the palm up, join the thumb and index finger, and let's inhale through both nostrils. Deep breath, inhale. High up. Exhale all the way out. Good, just two more like that. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. And then one more time. Inhale through the nose. So we're inhaling through both of the nadis, Ida and Pingala, the sun and moon nadi, bringing balance to the mind. All right, good. So that introduces us to the breathing between single nostril breathing and awakening the energy in the nadis. Okay, so now we'll move to asana. Let me know if you have any questions. And let's first lie down, because after we do all that breathing, if you're not used to it, sometimes you can feel overwhelmed. You might feel dizzy. You might feel lots of things. So let's lay down and let's stabilize our nervous system. And then we'll prepare for the asana practice. We'll prepare for physical posture practice. And this week, we are coming to the new moon on Saturday, which is where the moon goes dark because it's in line with the sun. And we'll practice some moon salutations today to prepare us for the new moon. Good, now from here, everybody, let's reach the arms back overhead. Bring your legs together, come into a nice long stretch. Good, and then exhale, let's bring the right knee into the chest. Let's come into an upside down lunge. Good, grab hold of the heel and then come into half happy baby. You can use your strap also to help you if you find there's a little bit of tightness in the hips. So you can come into strap and come into the happy baby there. You can bend the left knee as well. Good, then there, straighten the right leg, everybody, and let's open the hamstring a little bit. Hold the back of the right leg, pressurize your lower back down. And then let's lift the head, neck, and chest up, come up. Good, and then exhale, let's bend the right knee, and then slide the knee over towards the left, come and do a simple twist. You'll onto your left side, reach your right arm to the right. Good, stack your hips nice and tall. And then just open that middle of the chest and the side of the back. Side of the chest. Good, regular twisting is important. Good, and then exhale, let's unwind. Let's bring that right knee to the side. Balance on your back again, and bring both knees into the chest. This time, inhale, lift the head, neck, and trunk up. Come and squeeze the whole body in like a cannonball. Good, and then exhale, stretch your right leg on the floor, and hold your left knee in. Lower your head down. Good, come to a lying down lunge. Inhale. And exhale, let's go ahead and reach towards the heel, come up to a 90 degree. Coming into that half happy baby, good. And then stretch the left leg straight up to the sky, stretch your back of the leg, hold the back of the leg, bring the leg closer in towards the chest if you can. And then from there, inhale, lift the head, neck, and trunk off the floor, and let's lift and activate the front body. And then exhale, come down, bend the knee, and let's twist to the right. So slide your hips to the left, stack on your right, the haunch of the right hip, and let's turn towards the left. Use the outer hips a little bit so that the lower back presses into the front of the abdomen. Good, and then inhale, let's come back to center, and unwind, and again, bring both knees back into the chest. And now from here, just wiggle side to side, opening the lower back. And then from there, we're going to roll up through the spine. So move again along the center channel, Vishuddha Nadi. And again, through the chakras. Coming up. Maybe the hips come up, maybe they don't. Good, now from here, let's roll forward. Come onto the hands and knees, everybody. And let's inhale, reach the right arm up. Good, and then exhale, weave it under the left arm, come to the thread of the needle. Walk your left arm straight. And then left hand back, let's come up again. Twist, right arm up. Good, and then exhale, weave through. And then again, inhale up again. And then exhale, let's weave through. Reach your left arm up this time. And then bring it to the outside of the right thigh. You can also keep the left arm up if you like. Good. And then let's slowly unwind, get the left hand down, and come up. Reach the left arm up, inhale. And exhale, weave, come down. And then come up again. Inhale, reach up and twist. Exhale, let's turn. Inhale, pull up. And exhale, let's turn. Again, reach your right arm up and wrap it around and hook it on top of the left thigh if that's possible. Look up towards the ceiling and stabilize your hips. Press both knees down. Good. And let's unwind, reach that right arm up, come back up. Let's begin with the forearms down and let's bring the chest towards the floor. Come into a puppy dog. Good, then come up everybody, lift the kidneys up again, walk the hands back. Let's come onto the forearms again. And then this time, lift the hips up. Come into the supported dolphin or the variation of down dog that activates your shoulders. Bring the chest towards the thigh. Good, let's release the hips down, the knees down. And now come onto the hands and knees. Inhale, lift up, come into downward dog now. So 3 variations of downward dog, puppy dog, dolphin, and now full position. Good, let's try that again. Bring the knees to the floor. Come onto the forearms. Come onto the hands, sorry, and then bring the chest down. Toes can be curled or flat. Good, then inhale, let's come up. Walk the hands back. Drop your elbows down now. Forearms to the floor like in an 11. You can also interlace the fingers if you'd like to do that. Inhale, let's come up. By lifting the knees, lifting the hips. Come into the downward dog supported on the elbows. Good, activating the shoulders. Scrub your forearms forward, spread your fingers, bring your chest toward your thighs, overlay into that. Good, and then let's release down. And then bring the elbows up, palms flat now, curl the toes, lift into the downward dog. Good, pressurize the heels down, turn your inner thighs back. Allow the outer arms to stretch towards the outer knees. And then from here, now we're going to look forward and we're going to come into a plank right away. Just release the knees to the floor and come into a little back bend, stretch the front of the body. Lift the chest. And then exhale, we're going to go back into downward dog. So we're going to do that a few times like a pendulum. And if you have any wrist issues, you can remain on the forearms and practice that way. Right, you can come up with that like that. Okay, let's try that again. Inhale, come into plank. Lower the knees down, lift the chest. And then exhale back down. And then again, inhale. Now keep the knees off the floor if that's okay. Lift the chest, look up. And exhale, let's go back. So that's 3. Let's do 10. Inhale for number 4. Modify if you need to. Back. Come forward for 5. And back. Forward for 6. And back. Good. Come forward for 7. And back. And you can really roll through the vertebrae of the spine. Come through for 8. And 9. And now one more. And 10. Good. Now from here, just walk your feet to the hands. Hold down. Hold the opposite elbows. Good. Square your feet. Make your feet square. Fold down. Good. And now from here, bring your hands to your hips, bend your knees a little bit, everybody. Come into chair pose. Bring the arms out now to the basic one, shoulder height. Look down and see if you can see your toes. Good. And then from there, fold back down to forward bend. Separate your feet apart so that you can pull down a little bit more. And you also protect your back that way. So separate your feet, bend your knees a little bit if you feel tight in the legs. Good. Bend the knees, sweep the arms forward again. Come up into that squat. Activate the glutes. Press down on the big toe side of the feet. Good. And then exhale. Let's fold Uttanasana again. Relieve the pressure in the back of the body. Good. Last one. Bend the knees. Come back up. Good. 3, 2, 1. Kind of standing now. Reach all the way up. Interlace the fingers. Now join your feet together. And then let's go ahead and stretch to the right. Good. Come up, stretch to the left. And reach up again. Good. And then exhale, release the arms down. Now, being at the front of the mat, let's practice the 3 types of sun salutation. And then we're going to move into the moon salutation. Okay? All right, so starting out standing, we're going to do a couple of rounds of Surya Namaskar, a classical. So bringing the hands to the heart, inhale. And let's release the hands down. Exhale. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward and down. Step your right foot back. Come into the low lunge. Exhale, step into plank. Release the knees down, and then bring your chest to the floor. Bring your hips to the floor now. Good, point your toes back. And then press up into the back bend and meet me back into down dog. So this practice is very good for cleansing dullness, laziness. If you feel kind of low energy, let's step the right foot up and bring the right foot to the right thumb. It's connected to the sun. You'll feel your body heating up. And now let's step the left foot forward and complete the fold. So we're really working with the energy of the spine here, of that Sushumna. Okay, let's go ahead and rise up and arch back a little bit and reach the hands to the heart. Let's do the other side now. Inhale. And exhale, fold down, Uttanasana. Our left leg is going to go back now. Stretch. In your lunge, you can use your blocks underneath your hands too, if you feel tight today. Good, and now let's step back into plank. Reach the knees down and the chest. And now slide forward with your hips, squeeze the elbows together. Press up. Very good. And then exhale to down dog. Let's bend most knees and step the left foot to the left thumb. Bring the right knee down. Let's look forward a little bit. And then prepare ourselves for a nice light step to the front of the mat and fold all the way down. Good. Let's reach the arms forward and up. And up. Arch back if that's okay on your back. And then exhale in the head. Good. So now we'll do the second type of sun salutation. Surya Namaskar A. Reach the arms to the side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Bring the arms to the side. Fold Uttanasana. Now make some space for yourself a little bit back. We're gonna bend the knees. Come into like a little squat. And then if you can, you're gonna jump or step your feet back to downward dog. Good, come to plank. And in plank, keep your elbows alongside the body. You're gonna bring everything down to the floor. Yeah. Good, slide your hands back a little bit. And now lift the whole body back up again, but arch your back. And then exhale to down. Good, palms flat. Breathe here. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to look at our hands. We're going to bend the knees, and we're going to either jump or step to the hands. Look up halfway. Bring your hands to the shins, and exhale, fold all the way down. And now bring your arms out to the side. You can bend the knees if you like. And reach up and lift. Bring the hands all the way up. Look at your thumbs. Bring the drishti or the focus to the thumbs. And then exhale. Bring the hands down. And let your focus come to the floor. Let's do that again. Inhale. Reach the arms up. Look at your thumbs. Exhale or fold down. And now look at the floor. Inhale, look halfway up and look at the wall. And then exhale, fold, look at the floor again. Now bend your knees. This time I'm going to jump back, but you can step back and jump to downward dog. Good. From here, look at the space between your feet on the mat. Now inhale, plank. Good, and look a little bit in front of you on the floor. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up. And now look at the floor. And then exhale, look at your navel now. Look at your belly button. 1, breathe here, looking at the navel. 2, and 3. Good, let's look forward, bend the knees. Let's look at the center between your fingers, between your hands, and jump. Good, look at the wall. Look at the floor. Rise up, look at your thumbs. And then exhale. Look at the horizon. Okay, good. Let's do one more. Inhale. Look up. Thumbs, exhale. Look down at your navel. Look at the wall in front of you. Look at the navel. Bend the knees. Jump back. Look at your navel. Inhale, plank. Look at the floor. Lower down. Inhale, rise up. Look at your chest. And then exhale. Go back into downward dog. Look at your navel. For 1, 2, and 3. Let's bend the knees, look forward, and look at the space between the thumbs, and then either jump or step your feet forward. Look at the wall. Look at the floor. Inhale, rise up, and look at your thumbs, and then release the hands down and look at the horizon. Okay, good. Now we'll move to the third type of the practice, and last week I showed the modifications for that. So if you remember, you can modify anytime. You can use the lower version of the lunges. You can use the knees, chest, chin. You can come on your elbows. You don't need to strain any of your joints. Okay, so we'll practice the third type of Surya Namaskar. Feet together. We're going to inhale, reach the arms back. Exhale, bend the knees, come into chair pose. Inhale and exhale, we're going to fold down. And now separate your feet apart if you need to. Inhale, look at the wall. Exhale, fold, look at the big toes, and then jump or step back to downward facing dog. Right away, move to plank. Variations are fine, knees can be down, otherwise lower, all the way to the floor. Inhale, lift the body up, but arch the upper back. And then exhale, come into the downward dog. Good, so let's lift the heels up. We're going to step the right foot to the right thumb. Now slide your left heel down, make a little angle with the back foot. Come into like a, kind of like a runner's lunge. Look forward. And you can practice with the knee down as well if you're working on that. Bring the hands to the waist, look forward, press through the back heel and the front heel. Come up. Come into a standing lunge now. Inhale, raise the arms up. Alongside your ears, come to warrior one. And look at the thumb. And then exhale, we're going to bring the hands all the way down towards the front foot. And we're going to step that right leg down. We're going to lower again. And slide the hands back a little bit, lift the body off the floor, and arch the upper back. And push the hips back. Good. Let's do the left side. Just one more side for this variation. Lift the heels up, bend the knees, and shoot the left foot to the left thumb. And now turn the right heel down. Bring the hands to the waist. And let's press up to standing. Keep that front knee back. Good. And now square the hips, square the rib cage, and reach the arms up. Big tall position. And look at your thumb. And exhale, let's release the hands all the way down. Bring the hands to the front foot. Step back. Let's lower down. Lift the body up again with the arch. And then bring the body into downward dog. Good, you can rest in child pose here, or let's stay with the breath. Look at the navel, 3 breaths, 1, 2, and 3. Let's look at the hands, bend the knees, jump, or walk your feet to the hands. Look at the wall. Look at the big toes. Look at the navel. Inhale, bend the knees, Uttanasana. Come into the squat. And then shoot the legs straight, look up, look at the thumb. And exhale. Okay, good. Now we're going to stand in the center of the mat for a minute. Just go ahead and connect to your breath. So that was, you can see, connecting to the sun can be exciting, invigorating. It can be tiring too, because it's using a lot of energy. Stabilize your breath. Notice how your breath is coming in through the 2 nadis, the 2 nostrils. Okay, good. Now we're gonna cool down. We're gonna move into more kind of feminine practice known as the moon salutation. So let's step to the left side of the mat. So you're gonna have to be along the length of the mat. So you might need to turn it or turn your camera, depending. Yeah, good. Okay. So this practice is really connected to opening up our hips. So sometimes with the sun salutation, it's about moving the spine and also energizing the body. This practice is going to be more like a flow of water. The moon is connected to water, right? We know that the moon is also always governing the ocean and the waves, and also the menstruation of women's bodies. So we're going to connect to the water and the opening of the hips now. Okay, for the last part of the practice. Let's inhale, reach up. And we're going to grab hold of the right wrist and we're going to stretch to the left. Good. And then come up and grab the other wrist and stretch to the right. Good. And then come up. And now bring the arms about halfway down. You're going to bend your knees. You're going to lift your right knee up. And you're going to take a big giant step out. Okay. Good. Now turn your toes out. We're going to bend the knees and we're going to come into the goddess pose, Devi pose. Already really opening up the hips. Good. Let's press up now. Turn your left toes in, turn your right leg out, and we're going to come into the triangle pose. Our familiar pose, familiar hip opener. Lean back. Place the right hand on the ankle or the shin or your block. Good. And from here, pull yourself up. And now, like a helicopter, just spin towards that right leg. Lift your chest. We're going to lean back. And then exhale. Take a dive. Place the hands on that right leg and slide down. Place your hands on the opposite side of the foot or on the ankle or the shin. You can also use your block. Hold all the way down. Good. Now let's look up. And we're going to bend the left knee. Now come back into that low lunge. That deep hip opener. You're staying on the same side though. You're not changing the direction. Good. Now from here, curl your back foot and turn to your left. Keep your legs far apart and come into Salutations. Good. So reach out like a downward dog with your arms extended. And then walk your hands back to the line of the feet and fold. And then turn your fingertips back and reach behind you. Good. Now bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Bend your right knee and come to a side squat. So the left leg is straight and the right leg is bent. Good. And now lift, use the support of the hands and go to the other side. Good. Flex the ankle. Don't strain. Good. Then come up and just turn towards your left and come into the low lunge. Now you're facing the left leg. Good. Exhale, straighten both legs. Walk your back leg in. Walk yourself up the front leg. Come up standing. Reach the arms back. And then exhale. You're going to dive down and fold over the left leg. Good. And then inhale, everybody. Walk yourself back up the front leg. Open your legs a little wider, and let's come into triangle pose now on this left leg. Okay, let's reach all the way up, come up, turn your left leg in, turn the toes out now. Join the thumb and index finger. Come into your Devi pose. Good, and press up standing. And now you're going to get a giant step to the right side of the mat. Okay, now you're on the other side. Inhale, reach down to up. Lean to your left. And lean to your right. Good, and come up. And then release. Now we're going to make our way to the other side. Inhale, reach up. Reach to the left. Reach to the right. Good, inhale, come up. And now bring the hands down a little bit. Lift your left leg up, balance. And then step really wide. Turn the toes out. Good. Come back into the baby pose. Inhale, come up. Now turn your right toes in, left leg out, come into triangle pose. Over the left leg. Lean back a little bit. And then inhale, rise up, everybody. Helicopter towards the left leg. Inhale, arch back and reach. And then exhale, dive down. You can just lean a little bit. You don't have to make a huge movement. Better than giving up is better to just modify your movements in little degrees. Holding. Okay, now bend your left knee. Come down to a nice low lunge now. Use your blocks under your hands if you would like support. Good, and then exhale, we're going to turn to the right. Come to the wide-legged position. Inhale, walk your hands forward, come into a stretch. Good, inhale, walk your hands back to the middle. If your knees are bent, use your blocks underneath your hands. Make them high. Good, and then just stay there, Jared. Otherwise, walk your hands back, turn the palms down and fingertips back. Good, now from here, walk your hands underneath your shoulders. Bend your left knee. Stretch. Bend your right knee. And stretch. Good, come up. Turn to the other side, come down. So turn to your right, bend your left knee. And then exhale, straighten both legs. Walk yourself up the front leg. Bring your arms out to the side, lean back, reach back. And then exhale. Take a little dive over that right leg. And again, you don't have to come all the way down. You can just lean forward a little bit, stabilize the leg. Otherwise, if you feel flexible today, you can fold down and bring the head towards the shin. Good, then climb yourself up that leg again. Stretch the arms to the side, come into the triangle pose. And then inhale, let's rise up. Turn your toes in. Come back into that baby pose. Knees back. Good, and then come up. And then now from here, we're going to step to the left. Inhale, reach the arms up. Stretch to your left. And then stretch to your right. Good, reach all the way up. And then exhale. Let's come down. Good, so meet me at the center of the mat again. Come standing, separate your feet hip distance. Now we're going to come down to the ground and we're going to do some stretches down here, and then we'll conclude the practice. Reach up. Exhale, come down and squat. So again, in the squat position, you can use the support of the block underneath the hips and allow yourself to be in a position that opens up the inner groin, but without any strain. So you can have your block under your hips and sit that way. Yeah. And then try to bring the heels down then. You have the support. Bring the hands to the waist, to the heart, open the knees apart. Good. And now walk your hands forward, everybody. Pull them down. Good, stretch the back and stretch the hips. Do your best to fold anyway. Good, let's look up now. And then now slowly bring your hips down to the floor so you can come off the block or you can stay on the block. Okay, and now join the soles of the feet together. So you can stay on the block in this pose as well. And have the knees drop apart. Yeah. And if you feel unstable, just align the blocks up in a way that you feel comfortable. You can also do it with a pillow. All right, good. So we're back on the earth. We flew a little bit there. Now we've come down. Now from here, let's take the hands back. We're just going to lean back. Good, and we're going to lift the hips up now. You're going to swing them front to back. And then place the hips as close to the heels so you feel comfortable. Good, and now just side to side. So lean on the back of your sit bones. Arch back. Okay, now come up a little bit and be on the middle of your sit bones now. And open your feet up like a book. So turn the big toes away from each other. But press your heels together. Good. And you'll feel like you might feel a big release in the upper side. All right, good. Now, if you can, keep the soles open. Grab the big toes now. Look up. And exhale, we're going to release forward a little bit. Bring the elbows to the inner thighs. And bring the forehead down. If you'd like support for the forehead, you can place a block underneath the forehead. Okay, and fold. Keep pressuring that in the heels a little bit and stay in the pose for another, maybe 20 to 30 seconds. Hold the pose that you can do yourself without fidgeting too much or changing it. A little bit is okay, but we want to come to at least 1 to 2 breaths of perfect stillness in the posture. Okay, good. And then inhale, let's come up. Very nice. Let's go ahead and lift the left knee up. Keep the right leg where it is. Good. And we're going to take an open twist. Bring the left elbow inside the left knee and just look over your right shoulder. Good. And exhale, let's release. Release that right knee down, right? And then lift left knee down, lift the right leg up. Sit up tall. Bring that right elbow on the inside and let's just turn to the left. Good, let's release. And then bring the right knee down again. And let's see if that helped us deepen the posture. So let's open the soles of the feet again. And then now press your heels together, lean back. Push back. And exhale, come up. Roll your inner thigh down. And now let's fold forward. Maybe you want to use the block or not. Come again. Let's hold the pose. Good, and then inhale, let's come up. Nice. And then from there, this time now we're going to straighten out the left leg. And bring the sole of the right foot on the inside of the left thigh. If you'd like to use a strap, have your strap handy. We're going to come to Janushirsasana. So we want to keep the left knee on the earth. So the sole of the right foot is just on the inside of the left leg. Let's inhale, reach up. Good. And exhale, we're going to fold down and hold the foot. If the foot's not accessible, you can use a strap. If you don't have a strap, then just fold down and bring the hands to the outside of the front leg and come down as much as you can. You can hold the leg anywhere you like to, but just make sure you firm the left leg. Good, and then let's look up halfway, inhale, and then exhale, let's go ahead and fold down. Drop your right rib cage down. Okay, let's look up now. Go up halfway. And if you feel strong, you can just bring the arms up. Otherwise, just walk your hands up the leg. Yeah, good. And from there, let's bring the right knee in and then straighten the leg. Now let's bring the left knee back, grab the ankle, place the sole of the foot on the inside of the right thigh, and let's do the other side. Good, reach your arms up, inhale. And then exhale, slowly fold down. Walk the hands forward, use your strap if you're going to use the strap. If you have the access to the foot, go with the foot. Otherwise, square the chest over the right leg and just lean forward any bit. Good, look up halfway, inhale, and then exhale and fold down. Yeah, practice straightening the left leg a little bit and firming it. Make it come straight out of your hip. And try to not have the right foot under the left knee. Yeah, there you go, perfect, much better. If you notice that the knee bends when you fold forward, just don't fold that far forward. Okay, good, let's look up everybody. Look halfway, and then you either can slide your hands up or you can bring your arms up and then release them down. So let's straighten out the left leg. Now from here, bend your right knee and lift your left knee and slide your right foot to the outside of the left hip. And then bend your left knee. Exactly, so you're crossing over. If you notice that you would benefit from a little height, you can sit on the block and you can practice that way. Okay, so we're going to come to Āsana Prānayāmā. And this is a hip opener as well as a twist. So let's lift the chest. And from here, we're going to sweep the right elbow inside on the front of the left knee. And if you feel like it, you can hook the elbow around the knee. Okay, wherever your body is feeling fit. And then turn towards the left. Open the palm of the right hand and let it face away from you. Use the elbow to wedge into that left knee and turn. Keep your hips stable and elevate your neck. And again, if you feel like there's some restriction in the upper back, just wrap the right elbow in front of the left. Good, and if you'd like, you can stretch the right arm and hold the big toe of the left foot. One more breath. Good, and exhale, let's go ahead, let's release. Sort of unwind all of that. And let's go ahead and straighten out all of the legs. Okay, let's do that last side. We're gonna take the left ankle under the right knee, sweep it all the way up, side of the right hip, and then cross the right knee, top of the left, and bring the right foot outside the left. Okay. Lift your chest. Let's twist to the other direction. Inhale, bring that left arm up. And then exhale, either wrap the elbow in front of the knee or hook it. Good, and twist the other direction. Good, try to pressurize the right big toe down. Good, and just massaging the whole inner organs of the trunk. One more breath. And exhale, let's release. All right, let's unwind. And now we're gonna lie down. We're gonna lie down with support of the block underneath the back. You can take the middle block lengthwise along the Sushumna. Okay, so along your spinal tract. Place it right between the shoulder blades, lean back. Good, place the second block for your head. So you have the middle block for your back, the second block, the head block for your head. Good, let's either extend the legs, whatever's comfortable. If you want your legs extended, you can also have the legs in Baddha Konasana. You can have them in Sukhasana, cross-legged position, whatever feels good. Good, so we'll take Shavasana here, but first let's just practice a little bit more breathing. We're going to take Samavriti. So we're going to inhale, about a count of 4, 3 and 4. Now have a light hold of your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then exhale through your nose. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then hold your breath here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Now just inhale a normal breath. Exhale a normal breath. Good. And now visualize your spine. And as you inhale, I'd like for you to visualize that the breath is coming from the very base of your spine and moving all the way up to the top of your head. Okay, so let's inhale from the base of the spine. Inhale up the spine, up the Sushumna Nadi. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hold. Hold the breath for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now exhale, let your breath move down your spine. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way to the base of your spine and hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now just inhale on the front of your spine, all the way up. Cross over the top of the head and exhale all the way down the back of your spine, back to your tailbone. Good. Let's practice the breath again. Inhale from the base of the spine, up the front of the spine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath at the crown of the head. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then exhale down the spine. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way back to through to the spine, and then hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Now inhale along the front of the spine. Without stopping, exhale down the back of your spine. Visualize the breath moving down and up. Good. Again, inhale up the front of your spine. Cleansing through the Sushumna Nadi. Using Ida and Pingala both together. Exhale down the back of the spine. all the way to the tailbone. And one more. Inhale up, no holding now. Inhale on the front of your spine, track it. And exhale, track it down the back of the spine, through your back body, all the way to the tip of the tailbone. But now just let the control of your breath go. Let the extension of your breath go. Now allow the natural rhythm of your natural breath that comes in that autonomic fashion. Move into the sensations of breathing and the sensations of your body. Now that you've brought yourself into the awareness of your breath, come back again as the mind wanders. Go ahead and dedicate your practice to somebody or something that needs it just as much as you do. Share it. Nothing diminishes from you. You are full. But you can still share by directing your focus to somebody who may be suffering. So from here, let's go ahead and just deepen our natural breath a little bit. And that full extension of the stretch of the breath. Just allow the warmth of the practice to wash through you. From there, we're going to slowly begin to start to come out of this position. So I recommend that you just roll off of the block, come off the block, and roll onto your right side. And if you can just remove the blocks from your mat, move them to the side. Good, and just rest on your right arm, like in a side position. This is actually a very good way to fall asleep as it opens up the left side of the body, which is the quiet part and needed to be open and activated in order for us to fall asleep. So you may notice rolling on the right side, you feel relaxed. Now we're going to roll on the left side, so we activate the right side of the body, the Sushumna Nadi the Pingala Nadi. Let's roll to our left. Roll on your left side, and let's activate the solar side. Lying on the left side is good to activate your digestion. So perfect for us to have lunch now. Good, and from there, let's go ahead and press on to the right hand and come up. Now that we've used the solar energy to bring us up, let's cross the legs. Good. And let's go ahead and close with an Om, everybody. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Very good job today. Good. Drop your chin down. Let's inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So let's put our palms together. Let's create some heat in the hands. Coming back to that the active mindset. Carry it for the rest of the day. Let's place the hands over the eyes. Inhale nicely. Good. Open your eyes behind your gaze. Bring the hands out. Focus your eyes on one point to connect to the drishti, to that focus aspect. Good. And then close your palms together. Give yourself a little wipe with the arms, legs, the back, and the chest. All right, good, everybody. Thank you so much for coming to class, and I will see you in the next class, and we'll continue. Okay, have a great rest of your day.